Let's see if we can take apart and clean this Genesis Model 1. Hey gaming fam, so I went ahead and bought me a Genesis. I decided to do a Model 1. I've been thinking about expanding into Genesis, and some of my buddies over on the Madhouse, the Freeze Brothers, just did an episode talking about their favorite Genesis games. I didn't grow up with Genesis. I had Nintendo, so it's a console that, you know, I just never had growing up, and I thought it'd be interesting to pick one up. The pictures looked a little bit better than what it was when I got it. I have gone over it with some IPA and some Q-tips and stuff, but it's still, I don't know, it's still not great. So let's take a closer look. All right, so like I said, I have cleaned it a little bit, but you can still see a lot of dirt and stuff, and in the grooves and everything you still see a lot, and didn't get everything quite out of those areas with just Q-tips. So I've already removed the screws, and all we need to do is open this up and let's see. Oh, I can see already we need a little bit more cleaning. Got a big dust bunny right there. Alright, so I'm going to take this top part. The bottom's not too bad. The top is definitely very dirty. So I'm just going to remove this LED here. Alright, so this we can just take and clean. There's no metal or anything on the inside. You can see a lot of the dirt and cobwebs. These are actually glued in, so you'd have to break them to get them out. You can unscrew this, but there's a spring inside there, and I don't want to deal with the spring. So I think it'll be okay just to clean this exactly like it is in some warm soapy water. But this area here, so like I said, we got one dust bunny, we got quite a bit of dust over there. So it looks like right here where the, that would be where the vent is where most of the dust is. I see a lot of dust around the transistors and such. None of them look broken or anything. I hate to remove this cover because I don't see too much really wrong anyplace else. I think what I might try and do is just give it a little bit of a clean with IPA over in this area and not worry about pulling this off. Because like I said, I can see inside here, and it's not, none of that is really dirty or anything. It's just this one little area up there that has dust, and you can see some dust and stuff right in here, but it looks like all the components and stuff are fine. So we'll give that a clean. Alright, so I've got my 99% isopropyl alcohol. I just use these like for fingernail polish removing, and then a couple of different types of Q-tips. So I really like using these. They're called eye makeup Q-tips. Have the sharp edge, and then your regular Q-tips. And these regular Q-tips, the cotton's not very woven very tight, so I'm always worried about, you know, little strings of cotton coming off. These are woven really tight, and then they have this flat end, which is really good for getting into spaces. So that's the combination. I'm going to start with this. This is also the same, basically the same thing I do when I'm cleaning gaming boxes and stuff too. I just usually start with some isopropyl alcohol, cleaning off the outside of the gaming boxes as well as I can. You can see all the dust as well as I can. Might use some Goo Gone if I need to, but yeah, it's really basically the same step. And get that dust bunny there. We don't need him living in there. Alright, I'm just going to do one more wipe over here, because the system already works. So we're just kind of giving it a little bit of a just a light clean. I mean, again, I'm not taking off the RF shield or anything. I don't think we need to. Like I said, I can see inside there. It's all nice and clean. You know, it's really just around this area where the vent of the lid is drawing air in. I'm not sure if it's really drawing air in. I don't think there's a fan actually inside these that literally pulls. It's just getting some fresh air into the system, allowing an area to dissipate heat, things like that. So, all right, I'm just going to clean around here. A couple of little dust bunnies. I always keep the lid on my alcohol, because this stuff, since it's 99%, it evaporates really quickly. That's why it's good with electronics. But I'm always afraid if I don't keep the lid on it that it'll just evaporate away or something. Get in there where that on-off switch is. You can see the board down there. Oh yeah, so you can see what we've been able to do. All right, and this is the auxiliary port for the sound here. It looks really good and clean. All right, I'll take one of these. So yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty much exactly what, you know, if you were to buy a I don't want to say refurbished, but a cleaned system, you know, they should at a minimum, you know, be doing this much. Where there's some opening around where the video out is. And I tell you what we'll do too, it doesn't look like it needs it, but we're going to go ahead and run across these pins too. So, oh yeah, there's a little bit of dust and stuff back here. Oh yeah, we found a little bit more. We got a little bit, from those pins, not much. And I'm looking at them, and you know, they don't look bad or anything. Like, you can get a piece of sandpaper and run across them, but I don't think that's necessary. Anyway, I think we're pretty good here. You know, again, it wasn't overly that dirty, just had a little bit of dust accumulation, I think, just for normal use. Doesn't look like the machine's been abused or anything. So as soon as the lid dries, I've already cleaned that, we'll put it back together and see what we got. All right, so I'm very happy with the way that came out. It looks amazing. Looks almost brand new. I mean, there's a few scuffs, there's a dent in one part, but overall it's a great machine. Great condition machine. Just need a little cleaning up. Hopefully this will inspire you to maybe, you know, not be afraid to pop open your machine, clean it up. I think it definitely helps your resale value and such to do that. So if you're wondering what else I got, I did get one nice OEM controller. Feels really good. Buttons feel good. It does need cleaning, so I don't think I need to take it apart, but definitely will be, you know, dousing this with some IPA and doing that. It did come with this later Sega controller. Has the 6 button and has these frayed wires. We're going to throw this away. The D-pad feels horrible. So yeah, I don't think we're going to use that. We did, which was important, is make sure you get the OEM power supply. Also got the OEM RF switch. May or may not use. I haven't researched yet on how's the best way to set this up. I do not have a CRT. I have been running like my GameCube and things like that through my HDMI on my regular TV. So I am investigating. So if you've got any suggestions on the best way to hook these things up. It did come with a few games. They're in really rough shape. Road Rash 2. I didn't read it, but Power Rangers. Not sure which one. I can't read it. So Taz Escape from Mars. And of course, the best looking one is probably the one no one's ever played. Winter Olympic Games. Marvin the Martian. That's about all I can tell on that one. It looks like Marvin the Martian. I have no idea. I can't read the title. So. And then Jurassic Park. Yeah, so we got a few games with that. You know, the pictures wasn't great whenever I bought it. I probably should have looked a little better. I think I overpaid probably about $20. I feel like you can get a good, nice, clean system for around $70 to $80 is a good price. Again, I wanted specifically a Model 1. I really want the Model 1 with the high definition. Those do have stereo out, where the Model 2, Model 3 do not. But then I think you also need some special cables and stuff to get the actual stereo out and stuff. So again, if anybody's got any good suggestions or place to send me, definitely am open to that knowledge. All right, with that, I'm going to say, hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for visiting with me today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell anytime you want to see me or Jack over here lounging. Pitiful thing. But with that, we're going to say peace, love, and keep on gaming. Bye, y'all.